Hey, what's going on, everybody? That's some music going on. I'm about to stop this music. What is going on? I appreciate all my patrons out here on this late night show. Shout out to my boy Roger, CeeLo, Anthony. Who else we got in the building, man? Oh my God, we got some new people here. Comedy, thank you for coming by. We got 007. She always see a cyber chick. Thank you for coming by. Everybody that's new to this, thank you for coming by. If it's your first time tuning in, I am different than any conservative YouTuber you have ever met. I'm a combination of a little raw, like my boy uh, Jericho Green, but I'm also straight to the point with my own twist. So, like I said before, thank you for coming out. I'm glad you are a part of the show, man. We got a lot to cover tonight, real quick. Uh, I'm gonna try to make this a very informative stream with the limited time that I have, because I do have to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and get one of my kids to work. I am so sorry I have not been doing the streams like I normally do. It's been insane, okay? Very, very much insane. I had a lot going on in my personal life, but by the grace of God, um, everything's better. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say, what don't kill you makes you stronger. And that's what I thank God for. I got my health and strength. I've been here for a short period of time. I'm gonna cut that music off now. Uh, you know, with adversity, ain't nothing new in my life. And you're right. In God we trust. If you trust in God, you ain't got nothing to worry about. A lot of us have forgot about that, and I'm starting to understand the concept of what my great grandmother used to tell me. You can do all things with the help of the man upstairs. But I'm not here to preach to y'all, because I'm not in the church of preaching right now. I'm in to the things of making it like it is. All right. And telling it like it is at that week, man. I'm telling you, it's ooh, we got to talk about Jack. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm gonna call him Jack T. All right, Jack T. This young man is about to get railroaded for no reason. All right, we're gonna talk about that. We also gonna talk about DJ Academics, a hip hop DJ who has officially landed into the conservative network of Rumble. Now, y'all are not surprised. We've been seeing it for the past year and a half now, actually 2 years. We've been seeing more hip hop and more pop stars going towards the conservative movement. Why is that? Well, we already know what it means. Conservatism means capitalism, right? And capitalism means having money in your pocket. And if you want to continue to have money in your pocket, what you're going to go to? The source that makes the most sense. We also going to speak about Donald J. Trump Jr. trying to save Bud Light from the embarrassment that it put itself through for making a bad decision of being woke. We also going to talk about Jack Daniels being woke. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. So without further ado, I'm just going to go through the topics just like that. And the first topic we're going to get into, we're going to talk about my boy Jack. Uh, Again, this is dear to my heart because I am a veteran myself, and I feel like that doing the right thing at the point of adversity could actually make you look like that you are being a traitor when in reality you're not. You're just telling the truth. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to talk about this story. We're going to pull this up right quick. We're going to go through the conservative sources about it. Again, this is fair use, fair use. We about to share this right quick. No video play on this. I'm going to read the article. I'm going to actually do a summary of it. I'm not going to read it verbatim. Let's go ahead on here and get this set up. Put it on the screen. Y'all hit that like button too, man. Let's get these likes up, comments up. Let's keep the chat flowing. Share the broadcast if you got any other people on your YouTube squad, and we'll go from there. And I will address people in the chats and comments as well. So this is what's crazy about this story. All right, so this kid is 21 years old. He's part of the Air National Guardsmen, which, if you don't know what the Air National Guardsmen does, they are like the most least used people. Okay. That, oh, thank you for the super chat, 007. Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless everyone. Appreciate that super chat. Blessings to you. At the same time, okay, you know, the classified information that he's holding is probably detrimental to being in the wrong hands, but it's not, because again, he's just an airman. All right, he's an airman National Guardman. He probably get called 2 weekends out the year. All right, so let's discuss that. Let's make that clear. So he had a Discord channel, and just like ABL was saying tonight, and this is true, he was revered as an OG on this Discord channel. He played a lot of video games with these folks. He did everything that any young man would do that is working for the government. He engaged in conversation with his homies and probably told them, hey, man, a lot of this stuff that's going on is a whole bunch of BS. And started sharing the documents with them about maps and stuff like that. Like, man, you'd be surprised what's going on. You know, the government's lying to us. Now, they said before he got arrested that they were investigating him. But then all of a sudden, when it got leaked out by his buddies who said, hey, man, the FBI came to me, they asking us questions about old boy and these documents. He's a leaker. You know what happens? They had to hurry up and do something about it, because, all right, we got this kid out here who is getting revered for leaking these documents. But between that, they bust out and lied and said that the documents wasn't real, like it wasn't that big of a deal. And then they were like, oh, well, it's got sensitive information, so now we got to crack down. Now, he was stationed at the old Air National Guard base in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Now, he was promoted to first airman first class in July. Now, they said that he was talking about Ukraine's combat abilities, Ukrainian and Russian militaries, how we have been watching Zelensky. We know why he's watching Zelensky. There ain't nothing new. I mean, we talked about this on the channel. Why are we watching Zelensky? Because Zelensky has been taking millions of dollars from the US of A. I mean, come on now. Look how actually billions of dollars from the US of A. Excuse me. Let me not minimize the BS that we've seen. So we already know that this was going to be bound to happen. Okay. Someone was going to step forward and show us the light. Now, again, I don't see why all of a sudden now you want to slap this guy so hard with a 15 years for this. I mean, we already knew this. And then, not to mention, too, now you talking about, well, we gonna keep him in custody because we think he's a flight risk. No, you don't think he's a flight risk. You're keeping him in custody because you know, like we know, that he has supporters, and people are seeing that the things that they're doing to this young man and all these other young guys is a bunch of BS. You know how many of our young people, probably military right now, that's come from a conservative, well, not even conservative, libertarian background, seeing this administration, how messed up it is, or even come from a liberal background and is starting to get the red pill uh, symptoms. It's starting to realize, wait a minute, man, this ain't what this is starting to become BS here. And that's what's happening. And that's why they're not trying to be supportive of it. You know what I mean? Now, the Discord group that he had was called Thug Shaker Central. All right. There's 20 to 30 young men in there. And they bonded like any young people do. Games, sharing memes, discussing guns. Now, my thing is his Discord still up? I don't know. But they said that he took on some documents, he was uploading it and all that stuff. But see, here's the thing. I know a lot of people that's serving with me in the military is going to say, all right, man, but he took an oath. You know, he had a top secret clearance, Joel. He should have never took that stuff off from the base. And okay, I agree with you on that. Okay, that concept, okay, I agree with that. But you also got to look at the moral concept of this thing too. Imagine that you are serving a country that has an administration that is not putting America first, that is not looking out the best interests of the American people, and that is doing some of the most shadiest stuff that we've seen in our lifetime, that they still don't want to admit to what they're doing. He had every right to do what he had to do. Sorry. I stand by Jack. I want Jack free. Sorry. We have been seeing all of the lies in smoke and mirrors that Ukraine was winning under Russia. We've seen it on all these World Star Hip Hop, everybody uploading everything what's going on. But if you go on this one app, which I'm about to talk about tonight as well, that all of a sudden I'm starting to get it together while they're trying to clap on that app, because my son brought it to my attention. I did my research on it. It's showing a different story. It's not showing Ukraine in a great light of winning. It's actually showing Ukraine in a more troublesome situation. So you tell me what's good. Ukraine doesn't have that type of economy, aka money, to defeat a monster like Russia unless they get in help from who? Big Daddy US of A. In fact, I want to get a Ukrainian now and claim it on my income taxes, but it's probably not going to happen. So that happens, all of a sudden you turn around and they winning? Come on, bro. We know better than this. Everybody knows better than this. Everybody knows that's a bunch of malarkey. Okay? AKA horse shit. There is something really going on. And it's called trying to fool everybody for the sake of argument to push the liberal agenda. And we already know that's what that is. It's been like that for the longest. And what is that agenda? Cover my tracks and keep my enemies close. Because we know that Zelensky know a lot of shit that's been going on with the shady business dealings of the Biden family. And we're going to keep it at that, because that's another stream for another show. So again, I pray for this young man. I hope that he beats this. And even if he does any type of time, I hope that this young man does and write a book about his experiences on this, to warn other young people about how messed up things are becoming. Oh yeah, Roger, we're waking up for real. We're gonna talk about that shortly. Now, moving right along to the next topic. Let me go ahead on here. Hide this for a minute. The next topic we about to talk about, since I said that we were going to talk about a certain app, is TikTok. Now, y'all know, and I know that TikTok has been the topic of discussion for the past almost 2 years. Okay. Oh yeah, Anthony Rogers, the joint. That man been rocking with me before I even had, when I was under 1,000 followers. Shout out to Roger. All right, but all of a sudden there's been a wild push to ban TikTok. Now, at first I heard it. I understand. They said Chinese intelligence getting our data. I heard that when we was in the Trump administration. Okay, we heard that, and I still somewhat believe that. But then I also started seeing the machine of the liberals trying to bend TikTok into being a liberal like platform. Okay, making sure you got intent be talking about this. They were trying to stop anybody that was on the conservative movement, canceling accounts, all that stuff. Well, that didn't work. Now they found out that more conservatives were getting more popularized and more accounts was popping up. So they couldn't stop that. Then it was like, all right, well, we're going to stop TikTok for being on government platforms and stuff like that. Okay, I understand that. I even heard of conservatives being on board on that too. But then this thing that happened in Montana that really got me thinking something is really going on here. And that's got to be some smokes and mirrors going on. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to the state of Montana, or if you are the state of Montana and you follow my channel, please tell me more insight of this. Montana recently blocked all of TikTok for being on their government platforms, which is fine. I mean, we already know that government devices and stuff don't need to have TikTok. I mean, hell, I wouldn't even want my government device, if I work for the government, to even have my personal Facebook. I mean, that's your work stuff. That's the government, right? Well, Montana want to push it a step further. They now want to ban all of TikTok throughout the whole state, to where you can't even download it from the app store. Let's pull that article up right quick, because I know a lot of people gonna think I'm bullshit, but I'm being serious. Hold on. Got 14 people watching. Let's get more than 2 likes over here on Rumble, man. We got 14, 15 people watching. We should have about at least about 8 to 10 likes on Rumble. Let's get those likes up on Rumble, guys. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Let's get the likes up over here too, man. All right. Now I'm going to go to the comments, seeing what some people are saying. I am for Bantel because it's a Chinese spy app. And I agree, it could be. But there's some things that I'm starting to really think of here. Is I think it's more to it than just a Chinese spy app. So this is what Montana doing. So TikTok could soon be a thing of the past for residents in Montana, because the state lawmakers just passed a bill that would ban the app for personal devices in the state. Now, The bill is known as SB 19. I'm going to see how it would be. Now, the Montana Attorney General Austin Nudden, whose office drafted the state legislature, said in the social media post Friday, and I'm going to read parts of this article, not all of it, that the bill is a critical step to ensuring we are protecting Montana's privacy, even as he acknowledged that a court battle looms. The measure would prohibit downloads of TikTok in the state and would fine any entity, an app store or TikTok, $10,000 per day for each time someone is offered the ability to access or download the app. There would not be penalties for users. So here's my thing. Why do a ban in the state of TikTok when if somebody downloads TikTok, you're going to hold the company accountable? That to me makes no sense. Oh, I'm about to put my link on my Rumble page, bro. I got you. Don't you worry. I'm about to put my link on there right now. I'm going to get all the Rumbles. Also, follow my backup page, which is the official Patriot News Live as well. So that way you can definitely always be ready to Patriot News Live, excuse me. Always check out my page, Patriot News Live, official Patriot News Live. That's where I'm at. All right, let me go paste this again so y'all can all see it. All right. Yeah, I missed it too. I missed the mean tweets. So that's where I'm at. Why are we fighting the company? And why is there such a big push to all of a sudden block this app in the state? Why don't we just go ahead on? If the app is so bad, as everybody said, and I'm not downplaying it, it's not, because we know there's a lot of apps out there that are like that. What's up, Bianca Zombie? Thank you. We got 4 likes on Rumble. Anybody wants to donate and do a rant on Rumble, please do a rant. It helps out with the channel. All right. If it ain't nothing but $1 rant, just put your rant on. Get your rant on. I mean, to me personally, and I just got to be 100 about it. Why are all of a sudden now we making this big push? And why is it that liberals all of a sudden want to ban it when before, when Trump talked about it, they were all against it? Let me go on here and see what everybody's saying. Carol O says it's to create and push the internet bottleneck. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep. And they want to kill the First Amendment. That's true. I think that's a good thing too. Let me see what else we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see if anybody else. It's to the point that Facebook, IG, Twitter, and Ion will be destroyed. Probably will. And I think you got a point, Carolyn. This could be a direct hit on the One Amendment. They could be trying to play chess with the First Amendment. Because think about it. Why all of a sudden now, you want to get rid of the TikTok when you had the opportunity to be on board and do this when y'all first got in? Again, I think it's because you can't control it. You can't do what you want to do with it. It's not helping your agenda no more, because now you start to realize. You're right, Carolyn. This is what we're moving in. MAGA, you may be right, MAGA General. The liberals are wishing up to the Chinese spy app, wising up to it, or they got the latest spy app. You're right. It could be both. Roger said, Joel, do you think the black community is waking up slowly? I think black middle class America is. I don't think, and the ones that said black is staying that wants out are waking up. But do I think a majority of the black Americans that I know that are in poverty or in entry-level middle class, that just got into entry-level middle class waking up? I don't think so. I think that they still are listening to mom and them about the liberal machine. But I have a feeling that the generation that is coming up now is about to abandon the liberal machine. I feel like we're going to get more conservatives. I think it's going to be balanced. I think it's going to be more conservative thinking in the next 25 years than it's ever been in our whole lives, because people are tired of the bullshit. And if you're noticing, things are going in reverse. Shout out to ABL. If you notice, guys, things are going back in reverse. Let me go back and show myself right quick. I just had to talk about the Montana thing. I'm just taking a deep moment here. If you notice, what's up, Bina? I appreciate you for coming in tonight. We're going in reverse. When I said we're going in reverse, if you notice, morals are starting to slowly come back. I remember a time morals was not hot, right? Remember that? A couple of years? Everybody wanted to be on what? OnlyFans, Hot Girl Summer. Dudes talk about loving and leaving them. Now you're starting to see, shout out to the late Kevin Samuel, with his commentary, who was beneficial to the manosphere movement. There'll never be no one as critical and as thorough to the manosphere movement than brother Kevin Samuels, and he actually was trying to save Blackistan. Women, especially women of color and other ethnic groups that are darker on the spectrum, are starting to realize that you can't get a husband no more shaking that ass and doing all that extracurricular activities in the bedroom like you're making a porn for xandxx.com or for Pornhub. You can't do it no more. It doesn't work. You got to bring something to the table. You got to have substance. Men want women that have substance. And because of that, that is why we're going back to the beginning. Okay? So that's why you got women like Black China and all these other superstars now wanting to take out the BBLs. They want to take out the lip fillers and the Botox shots and shit. They want to be more natural. Why is that? Because that's what men want. Because they know now to get the men that they looking for, that's what they got to do or have a shot at. But the problem is now that a lot of these women that doing that, they waited too late because now they done messed around and their value done hit to an all-time low because of the choices they made. Multiple baby daddies, putting themselves out there like that. So now they got to play catch up. They're gonna have to actually work harder than the other woman who already lived her life in a graceful manner to get the man of grace that they want. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion still got a great body, but Megan Thee Stallion is still a thought. Okay, she ain't got there yet. Megan Thee Stallion is probably not going to get there until she's going to be just like Tracy Ross and Vivica Fox. She's going to be 50-something years old. She's going to be upset and pissed off. I don't know why it's been stuck like that. It does that on Rumble for some reason. It'll adjust itself. Maurice Delp, my brother. Yeah, man, we in the house tonight, man. We're gonna go right here to some of these comments right quick before we go to the next topic. Let's see here. Carolyn had a good one. She said, since George Carlin told us we all ain't in the 1% club, and Tupac said there's people trying to program us with music, the movie's soft disclosing. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Carolyn, look at some of the movies that we got. Look at the run of movies we recently had and how soft it is. In fact, the movies has gotten soft. Look at the masculine movie Creed. Creed 3 is a masculine fighting movie, but you got the actor and the supporting actor doing promo pics, holding each other like they're in a romance, not a bromance, a romance. Because that's just what America has become. We have become comfortable with not promoting masculinity. We're now promoting femininity to the point of no return. Yeah, you're right. And you know what's so sad about that, CeeLo? Will Smith is still a cluck because he's still crying about he don't understand why people are still talking about what he done. Because, Will, you did it because you was a weak ass man. You was a weak ass man for listening to the midget you married to, who was a baby mama terrorist, who was always comparing you to other men that she been with instead of appreciating you for who you are. And not to mention, too, you picked on a man that is half your size. Chris Rock is like 5'6", 5'8", okay? Will Smith, you like 6'3", 6'4". Solid. All right? Stop it, man. I tell you one thing. You would have wanted to impress me, Will. Slap the hell out of David Chappelle for joking on your wife. That would impress me. I don't think it would have worked for in your best favor. Because David Chappelle is a pretty big dude, too. Or either that, slap Eddie Murphy. Oh, I know you're not slapping Eddie Murphy. Because Eddie Murphy would have whooped your ass right there in front of everybody. And sue you back. Definitely. Well, Bina, not necessarily. See, Bina, here's the thing. Good women now don't have to really compete with the internet because, see, it's all about the market of man, that the market that you're around. If you run an area where you got solid men who are trying to build a family, that is trying to live the American dream, you ain't got to compete. You already ahead. You know what I'm saying? You already ahead. This is for the women that's trying to get all these high-powered men and doing too much. Those are the ones that have the hardest time because they don't know the concept. It's like trying to win the lottery. You trying to compete against everybody in the whole world to get a piece of what 1.6 billion dollar lottery ticket. Exactly. And not to mention too, a good woman is going to be more inviting and going to be appreciative for a man to talk to her and to court her versus today's women now that's all on the Me Too. And speaking of Me Too, let's talk about this topic before we go into DJ academics. I don't know if y'all heard about this. Uh, this is crazy. Now, and I heard this story. I was shocked. Now, hold on. Let me see. So I don't think it was. I don't think they said it was a rumor. So I thought it was. I because it didn't sound right. But let me find out. I'm trying to make sure. Y'all give me 1 second. Got somebody at the door. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I had to go off for line for a little minute because I had to. My daughter had to walk through for a minute, do something. Anyway, so I'm about to share y'all with this story. Now, this is a weird story. I just heard this from uh the basketball and sports world. So anyway, I don't know what they were doing. I think he was hosting a show or something, a live on the air. But anyway, while he was live on the air, okay, um, on ESPN today. She made a strange request to Jalen Rose during the segment. He went to greet Andrews with a hug. And as she did so, Andrew asked him to remove his finger from her armpit. And it kind of went viral with many people, like, armpit. Now, Rose was caught off guard and proceeded to greet the fellow analyst, Richard Jefferson. Now, then it sparked a lot of debate on social media. Then all of a sudden, people try to say he was getting fired. And when he went and hugged her, you could tell that he ain't had no finger in her armpit. None. But that just goes to tell you how sensitive we have become in this Me Too movement. Okay? Think about that. You go hug a woman and all of a sudden you go give her a hug and you know you ain't got your fingers by her armpit or anything like that. And the first thing she says is, "Oh, wait a minute. Get your arms out of my armpit." First of all, if a man's going to Me Too you, he's not touching your armpit, honey. He's going to touch other things, okay? Yeah, hit that like button. Let's see how many likes we got. We got 25 watches so far, man, on Rumble. Man, we got 5. Come on, man. We should have about 20 likes right now on Rumble. Let's get them likes up. I mean, come on now. I mean, am I being wrong about this? If I'm going to hug a woman and I'm going to do a Me Too movement on her, in her armpit, I'm going to touch some other areas. I'm touching the ass. I'm touching the breast. I'm touching something that's going to really literally violate her and say, okay, now that is sexual harassment. To me, I just think that could have been handled outside of the live segment. You could have whispered that to him, or you could, because he said he takes you like a sister. You look at him as a brother. You could have said, "Hey, Jalen, what you did today made me feel a little uncomfortable because when you gave me the hug, your finger went under my armpit, made me feel a little uncomfortable." That's it. But again, we have been brainwashed that we have to take everything with social media or the cameras is on us to that next level. And that's why we got so much bullshit going on in America and in today's society, because that's what we've been trained to do. That's what our mind has been trained to do. No one knows anything about being low key or being professional anymore. Nobody knows nothing about that. I mean, look at what social media has created with people in relationships now. Somebody get upset. Look how that woman lied on her husband saying that he cheated. I mean, just to get attention. You can't make this up. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm finna shut my door. Hold on for 1 moment. Don't go nowhere. Give me 1 moment. I'm back. So that's what we had. And it's so sad. It really is. It really sad that we have gotten to that part of our lives that we cannot keep nothing personal anymore. We can't keep nothing to ourselves. I see young people all the time. You know, I have a younger sister. My sister is, I'm, yeah, I'm 16 years older than my sister, my baby sister. And so, you know, she's a Gen Z. We don't see eye to eye on nothing. When we have a conversation about social media, personal business, she likes to sometimes take all her personal business and go right out to social media, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Facebook, whatever. And then when she get backlash on it, first thing she said, I don't like people in my business. Well, sweetie, if you don't like people in your business, quit putting your business out there. Certain things people don't need to know about. Keep it to yourself. People don't need to know everything you do on social media. I said, you got celebrities that got social media. Do you see them putting everything of aspect of their life on there? I said the only ones that do it is the ones that ain't been coached, that it ain't good to do that. There's certain things to keep to yourself. Certain things you may want to keep to yourself. Okay? I'm just saying, because now you open yourself up to a whole part of stuff. In fact, if you don't believe me, why you think a lot of these people, and I'm not getting off topic, but this is about social media. You got some of these models. Yeah, it's live in Rumble too, Bina. You got some of these models that be on what they call that joint. Not only just OnlyFans, but Instagram. What do you see them do? Some of them that don't want to be exposed or their business out there. They'll put on a mask, or they only take a picture of their body down. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, that's morally right or whatever. I mean, that's your business. I mean, if that's what you want to do, or that's what you into, that's you, that's how you make your money, I ain't gonna knock you. But it's just letting you know how people like to separate things from social media that wants privacy, because they know if they do that, they have a smoother progression in life, versus young people today. They don't want to do that. They want to be on live. They want to be on live. They want to be talking about everything but the right thing. And you know I ain't making this shit up. Enough about me talking. Let's go to the next topic here. We gonna talk about this DJ Academics. Boy, oh boy, I've been wanting to talk about this. Woo! I've been wanting to talk about this. Guys, you know, y'all been asking me this question. All right. Y'all been asking me this question and asking me this question and asking me this question. You said, Joel, do you think that now hold on. Hold on. Okay. I got it right. Y'all been telling me for the longest. Do I think that the conservative movement is now crept its way in Black America? And I'm going to tell you now, it's always been there. We just ain't acknowledged it. We didn't want to take the pill. I know you're going to say, well, Joe, what you mean about it's always been there? Talk to me. What are you talking about? Well, I'm about to tell you what I'm talking about. If you was raised or born in the 80s, the early 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and the 60s, you remember a lot of the older generation, the great generation, the silent generation. That's the folks that was born in the 30s and the 40s that had children along the way back in the day. What did they do? They believed in family. They believed in the American dream. Okay? They were always trying to show, you what to do in the kitchen on the holidays. They were always there trying to give you encouraging words on how to work through your marriage when the times are hard and you know you got a husband or a wife that has the potential of doing better. Yeah, I remember that, CeeLo. I remember that. Back in the day, we used to have grandmothers and these old school neighbors that would be on the front porch of the neighborhood watching out for your children. Okay? I remember grandmothers used to take their grandchildren's friends and have them come in and eat plates of food and teach them about how life really works. We don't have that no more. We don't, because unfortunately, we listen to the liberal movement, and it first started with don't spank your child's ass. Yeah, if you were 80s baby and a 90s baby and a 70s and especially a 60s baby, you remember when you used to get your ass whooped. And you remember a time when, especially if you was a early 80s, 70s, and 60s babies, that fathers were in the home. You were scared of your daddy. Okay? You were scared of your daddy. Your daddy worked hard and your daddy didn't play no bullshit. He tell you before he go to work, I bet not hear that you cannot listen in school. Well, it's gonna be an issue. Because when I get home, I want to relax, eat my plate of food, drink my sweet tea, drink my Coke, drink my Gatorade or whatever daddy liked it to have as a favorite drink. If you had one of those dad that were corporate daddy, you know what I'm saying? He may want to smoke his cigar and all that stuff. It was real. I came from that era. I came from an era where you had to ask the father and meet the father before you could date the girl. Oh no, man, I'm from that era, bro. I'm serious. When you went to meet a girl father, it was you put on your best, you shook his hand with a firm grip, you looked that man straight in his eye, and you told him your intentions of his daughter, even if it was you were young and you just starting to date and you don't know anything about life yet. That was what you was taught because you had a father that taught you the same thing. Fast forward now, we ain't got no daddies like that no more, do we? Nope, because now we don't listen to these liberals talking about you don't need no father. You need a strong baby mama terrorist and everything will be all right. And what has that done for us? Now we got a bunch of these manly looking, feminine men that got more emotions raging on them than somebody going through menopause. You know I ain't lying. Why you think we got so many violent crimes going on? So many lives being lost. Exactly. But now, you know, that's just where we at. We don't have that no more, man. This is where we at now. We got a whole bunch of feminine acting young men out here in these streets, and it is sad business. It really is, man. It really is. But we're gonna continue and talk about academics. Now, DJ Academics, because I had to get that ran out, is a successful DJ in the hip-hop community. Now, this guy is actually no dummy. He's actually pretty smart. He talked about he went to MIT, I think, or something like that. I know he's smart. I know he went to a prestige college, but he got so good with music and doing commentary. He the one that did the Chirac, and he was part of the pioneers after DJ, after Vlad TV. He one of the pioneers of YouTube. Let's put it that way, of doing things, you know, of doing the whole streaming and talking about what was going on in hip hop on YouTube. And he made plenty of money doing it. Got big into the entertainment era and stuff. Well, now he started gaming and he was on Twitch. And I know he was still doing YouTube from time to time too. But now he's evolved. He decided to go to Rumble, and he's about to tell people why. And then I'm about to give you my perspective on this right quick on this summary. So he is the second guy who met up with Donald Trump and all of a sudden shared it, and now he got a deal. Now, before that, shout out to my boy ABL. There was another rapper in the black community, Noriega. He did a picture with Trump, and now Noriega is possibly got something in the works. So what that tells you, that tell you that Trump is being watching the black community. He already know what the black community needs. He been trying to reach out to these fools, and now they starting to wake up. But we'll get back to that in a minute. So he has decided that he is now going to start streaming his hip-hop show over there on Rumble. Now, he want to be the first to bring music and cultural conversations to the platform. And I think it's good that he's doing that, because now he is starting to expand his mind. He's expanding his mind because he's starting to see, wait a minute now, maybe conservatives is not as bad as I think they are. Let's have a conversation. And I think that's a mature thing to do. Let's have a conversation. He ain't got to agree everything that I agree upon, but let's have a conversation. Let's talk about, and they say, do it for the culture. Well, let's talk about how disturbed the black culture is right now. Maybe we might can find a resolution to it. Now, he said some things on his thing about people hating on him. So I'm gonna say it like this in hood talk. Y'all know on here I don't bleep out shit. Okay, this is why y'all love it over here, because I say it word for word, because I don't care, because I'm from Blackistan and I used to talk that way anyway. But here you go. Here's what he said to the haters. All y'all hip-hop niggas, keep it cute. Because when I start bombing on y'all for 365 days straight, y'all claim I'm obsessed and do too much. I'm still the same nigga. Ain't nothing changed. But when I'm finna stream, I'm still violating any of y'all who even breathing wrong at me. Matter of fact, let me record a off-the-record pod about some shit. Ain't finna be tweeting back and forth with you bitch-ass niggas. Be out in a few hours. I'ma check some of these little niggas. Oh, yeah. And I'll still stream later on Rumble. Shout out to academics. So basically, I'm going to break it down to everybody that just heard that Blackistan language. He basically saying, listen, I'm going to expose y'all for who you are. Okay? All right? And then I'm going to check y'all, let y'all know that I'm doing this not only to better evolve my brand and the brand in the state of hip-hop music in general, but I'm also doing this so I can keep my pockets together. And if you hating on me, what you need to be doing is trying to figure out a way to get your own pockets together. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying. He just said it in a more Blackistan. Yeah, CeeLo, and they know business too. Bro, that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Everybody keep thinking that these rappers are ignorant, and they're not. These hip hop artists are starting to see the same thing we're seeing. That there's more, that being in the conservative movement is not a bad thing. It's actually a fresh. It's fresh air. It's fresh air. You can't be ignorant all your life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to cut the bullshit off sometime. You can't be ignorant all your life. You can't. And a lot of these so-called pro-black, even some of these pro-black conservatives are still ignorant. They still ain't using common sense. They ain't evolving. They still holding on to it, man. Noel Garcia says, shout out to all my ninjas in the building. Thank you, Noel. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. If you want your stuff to be read immediately, you know what to do. Pop in the super chat or pop in a rant on Rumble. Y'all know how we do. One way or the other. So thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate you, brother. For real. So that's what's going on. Now, Carol said something very straightforward. She said, so get rid of them. And I think she's talking about the politicians and the leaders in the Blackistan that are not trying to clean up the community. The reason why they don't want to do that, Carol, because the first time they do that, they consider to be called a sellout, in their mind a coon. They feel like they are kicking a black person while they down, so that's why they won't do it. It's sad but true. Me, I don't give a damn. If you're not helping me out with my community financially, you gotta go, bro. I can't fuck with you. You messing up my pockets. And that's just straight facts. And until we get on board on that, we're gonna continue to have this problem. And that's worldwide. All right, guys, we're going on. We about to go to get to the last part of this broadcast here. We're about to start wrapping up very soon. We got one more thing we got to talk about. We got a couple of things we got to talk about. I think 2 or 3 more things to talk about. Probably 2 more. Give me 1 second here. All right, y'all. Give me 1 second here. I'm about to be right back. I gotta go tinkle right quick. Give me 1 moment. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. All right, I told you I'm back like I never left. All right, let's talk about this story here. And I'm talking about this some on ABL show tonight a little bit. and we're going to talk about Mark Taylor, the coach. Now, Mark Taylor is an interesting character. All right, he is the coach from on that went viral. Okay, now let's talk about this coach. Now I'll give you a little bit of what I know so far about this guy. All I know is he's an alumni of the University of Georgia, and he's a high school trainer. He basically trained athletes to get accepted into major colleges in the NCAA. Okay. Oh, thank you, Rambo, for subscribing. I appreciate you for subscribing, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we got 16 people watching on Rumble. I got 6 likes. Come on, man. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's get them likes up. And also, if you're on Rumble and you're not subscribed, let's get some subscribers right now. Let's get to 100 tonight. Let's get to 100 subscribers tonight. I'm 1 subscriber away from being 100 at Rumble. And yeah, let's keep these likes up, man. But anyway, I need somebody also too. Let's get a donation tonight. Let's get a rant, man. Somebody throw a rant out here in Rumble. I know somebody got to have a rant at Rumble, bro. Come on, let's get a rant at Rumble tonight. Somebody, anybody. Come on, let's try to bless it. Let's bless it over there. Yeah, I see that. I don't know what's going on. I was like, man, I should have more likes by now. But let's talk about this, man. Let's get in this story. So, Mark Taylor is well known around college football, and he trained high school athletes. Now, he has been affiliated / worked with Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, and Dabo Swinney. Let me tell you who these guys coach. Kirby Smart, if you're a Georgia fan, know he coaches the University of Georgia Bulldogs. Nick Saban, he the one that coaches Alabama Roll Tide. And you got Dabo Swinney, who does Clemson. So if you know any of those guys or you follow NCAA football, you definitely will know that. Okay, you definitely know. All right, let's continue. So, anyway, he had a conference over in Atlanta. Now, he came from Warner Robins. Well, they said Macon, Georgia, but Macon, Georgia, Warner Robins is next door to each other. So basically, Macon is really like an hour and 45 minutes from Atlanta. So it ain't that far. Okay, it's a hop and a skip. You can be in Atlanta in no time if you ain't Macon or Warner Robins. Either way it goes, any of those areas, you right by Atlanta, like literally not that far from Atlanta. And the reason why I know this because I have family that lives in those areas and talk about how close they are to Atlanta. Now, during this conference, he was wilding. Now, I can't play the clip because I'm on YouTube and it could be sensitive to others. And I don't want YouTube to be trying to ding me for playing this white supremacist type of behavior, as they like to call it. But he was just being very, very, very racist. Now, the thing about it is that this guy is not the first time they said that he's been in crazy situations. Now, I come to find out in 2007 that he pleaded guilty in a felony charge because he was trying to influence a witness, because he was accused the same year of stalking and harassing his ex-fiance who worked at the same school as him. Now, because of all this happened, like I told y'all, the Christian Fellowship Christian Academy to train students decided to end their relationship with this cat. They're like, listen, man, you know, he was only renting out a space to use his training for his company to prepare high school athletes to get in the NCAA. Now we stopped that. He ain't using our facility. We ain't want no parts of it. And now Houston County want to look into the incident with Taylor. And then, not to mention, too, they trying to get all these coaches that are white to condemn what he said. All right, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you for putting that out there. Y'all, this is why I get so ill with the black community when it comes to the invisible white man, or when they get that 1% white guy that says something racist, okay? Especially if he's in the community in a position. They want to always go out here and get the NAACP involved, and then they want to turn around. They want to get GBI involved. They want to nuke the whole man. Like, okay, I finna help y'all out with this. This is why you can't stop racism, or it'll always be a topic of discussion, because you won't let the shit go when it's already been handled. Okay, remember back in the day, your mama used to tell you, or your daddy used to tell you, when you used to fight with your brothers and sisters and correct the situation, going out here and you still acting a damn fool. Thank you for subscribing, man. The serial autism and ambient. I appreciate you. I mean, what did she used to tell you? Conspiracy Queen, thank you for following. Now we are. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we're probably at 100 now, for real. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Conspiracy Queen. Also, put your rants in. Put your rants in on Rumble, man. Let's get it popping. What did she used to tell you? I didn't handle the shit. Let it go. What your daddy used to tell you? Don't bring it up no more. I didn't handle it. Let it go. But we can't do that. Not black folks. We got to keep it going and going. We want to get the GBI involved, the FBI. Now we want to bring a federal case on the man with the Department of Justice if we can. Listen, it's over. He got exposed. He's got his company now, cannot run at that facility. The whole Houston County know who he is, so they ain't gonna want to touch him right now, especially white folk. They be like, oh, hell no. Nah. You ain't gonna have me out here looking racist. You got to go away from me, player. Because y'all know, once I've seen this lately, when white folks find out another white dude that did something racist, y'all, conservative or non-conservative, y'all like this. Don't touch me. Player. No, I'm good. You stay over there. For real. So he's already isolated. What more do you want? The man is done crippled himself. I mean, I don't know what you're going to accomplish with getting the GBI involved. I mean, what they going to do? They can't arrest him. He didn't blatantly said by name or had any evidence of showing that he was going to do that. And he didn't say that to that person directly in their face. So you can't call it a terroristic threat. You can't even do nothing with that. The GBI can't do nothing with that. That would get thrown out of court so quick, they might mess around and get sued. Exactly, MAGA. Say it again with your chest out. We as a black community are the most racist people. And you ain't lying. We'll say something racist to a white person, but then again, we won't check that person. But as soon as somebody else, thank you for following on Rumble, Carolyn. As soon as somebody else calls us out for our stupidity, all of a sudden we want to. I don't understand. Why they calling us out like this? You don't know what I've been through. You're right, CeeLo. Exactly. And that's going back to freedom of speech. I don't agree with what he said either. And he has the right to say what he said. And what do we always say since we've been in this conservative movement? You have the right for free speech, but be prepared if it's fucked up that you will get calibrated among public opinion. And that's what happened with him. He had his free speech. He got fucked up on it because he got called out, ran through the mud, and now he knows now that wasn't the best idea to do. There you have it. That's it. Let's let it go. Let's move on. We can't do that though. We just can't, and it's sad. It really is. That's why we are always going to be considered the slow kids of the population. Yeah, I said it. We acting like the slow kid of the population. That's why we get treated the way we get treated. That's why the liberals say, well, you gotta hold the black man's hand or the black woman's hand because they don't know any better. You have to make sure that they get a little itsy weetsy. No, you don't have to hold my hand. If I say something crazy, the public opinion will handle it. Because that's what it's always been. It's been like that for years, right? Remember back in the day, if a man goes and abandon his family for some harlot woman back in the early 17 and 1800s, what did the community do? They shunned his ass. Here you go, Carolyn. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, it's just the facts. I mean, people just kill me with this mess, man. They really do. I've had young people tell me, you know, Joel, Mr. Joel, you act like a black white supremacist. No, I just don't. I just see shit for what it is. I'm a free thinker. I don't put myself in no box because at the end of the day, I'm my own person. And until people start realizing that, we'll have a better world. But I had to bring this story because I want people to understand that this is the problem we have right now in our nation. This is why we cannot overcome this division because nobody wants to understand the fact of the matter that you will be judged by public opinion, and that if you go and move past what public opinion has corrected and calibrated, you ain't got none of this shit to worry about. All right. Now I'm about to go out here and let's see. We got one more that we gotta talk about before we get out of here. Hold on, guys. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, we're going to talk about what's going on with CVS. I thought this is a very interesting story because nobody's talking about this at all. And I think it's an interesting story because this is telling you the climate that our world has gotten into. All right. Let's go show this right quick. I don't know why it's playing that. All right. So we're going to talk about CVS. If you don't know what CVS is a drugstore that is all over America. But think about you being at this drugstore or at this place of business that you're working at, and they tell you now that not only do you have to use preferred pronouns to address people by what they say they are, but now they're going to be using the bathroom reflecting that identity. All right, so we're going to talk about the pronoun thing. Now, I have to admit, when it comes to the alphabet soup community, all right, as someone, out of respect, because I try to be respectful. I try to be respectful. Like when my son and my daughter, because they're part of that newer generation. When they bring somebody, to meet me or whatever, and they say, "Well, pops, they their pronouns are," or they like to be referred. Yeah, they're transgender. They like to be called a he or a her. I respect that. Okay, I respect that because, all right, that's what you want to be called. This, I'll be considered on that. All right, because I'm trying to be the bigger person. But I have a problem when all of a sudden you coming into my bathrooms. And let me tell you why this is about to be a problem. If you have been following my broadcast and been following my stream, what has happened when we see transgender women go in to transgender women go into a bathroom with natural women? There have been a lot of violations to where the police have been called. All right. And it's also been happening in the school. Oh, wow. I ain't heard about that. I got to do a report on that, CeeLo. I mean, this right here blew my mind when I heard that. I was like, so let me get this straight. You're about to put a man who is still got all his equipment, but yeah, he said he's a woman in a bathroom with women. Do you know what women do in their bathrooms? Women do more in their bathroom than we do. I mean, I've never been in a woman's bathroom and be. All I know is what the stories I've heard from other women. They have to get themselves together. Sometimes they have to change clothes. They got to put on this. That. Women do a lot in their bathrooms. They do a lot in their bathrooms. And a lot of times, these women be half naked or already naked in their bathrooms. So imagine you getting undressed or whatever have you like that, and then you're turn around and you see someone with their equipment still undressed. You can't make this up. MAGA, you said the right thing. I'm not promoting violence, but you should do something to protect yourself. I mean, you better look into your or either that you need to get you a permit based upon what state you're in or whatever, because this is crazy. And it gets worse too. In a lot of these states, you don't have to dress like a woman to call yourself a woman. Now think about that now, because you can say you're non-binary. So you could fluently go into that bathroom and be the way you are. This is not good. This is not safe at all. Not whatsoever. I'm off on this. And let me talk about the men's side, because I know y'all gonna say, "Oh, well, you just talking about the women's side. What about me?" Yeah, I'm getting to the men's side too. If you have a transgender male guy coming into your bathroom, we as men, we're gonna be feeling very uncomfortable. Oh God, you know what I'm saying? Getting, whew, that's a lot to explain. And what if you got your son in there, your little boy, and you teach him how to use the bathroom for the first time, and he asking questions about why is this person is in there just tinkling and they're not standing up tinkling? Oh my God, it's too much. Why won't we just do this? Why can't we just make a transgender bathroom for one sex into another sex and call it a day? Or they share a bathroom with each other or something. I don't know. But this right here ain't it. You know what, Mega? I'm not going to generalize all of them in that category, but I get what you're saying. The progressive ones that said what they said about the Nashville community, yes, I would not deal with those. Those people are not stable at all, because for you to wish that type of a tragedy on children, I can't deal with you. So now I'm not saying all of them like that, but some of them is possibly like that. Are like that. You right. Exactly, CeeLo. Why can't we have a men's women trans? Exactly, for everything. That's right. That one bathroom, they all get together and they can do whatever. Use the bathroom and call it a day. I think that would be a smart idea. I think it'd be a very funny idea. And what CVS is doing is very wrong. I mean, they out here saying that you got to support the person doing transitioning and all that stuff. And here's my thing. They also said you supposed to partner with your leader and advice and council representative. So basically, if you're transitioning, you can complain about somebody not accepting your transitioning, which to me, why would you be worried about somebody accepting your transitioning anyway? That's your business. Listen, I don't care if you transition. Only thing I care about is you just don't use my restroom when I'm in there. That's the only problem I got. I just don't want you in my restroom, so I don't feel awkward. That's all I ask. They said to be an ally. I am an ally. If I'm not judging you, if I'm not talking about you, if I'm doing my job, you're doing your job, and we're going about our business at the end of work, I'm your ally. There you go. I don't have to be up your ass to be your ally. And see, this is what makes me so mad with these folks. They act like you got to be up these people's ass to be their ally. And that's not how that works. You can be up somebody's ally without doing all this. This is nuts. Oh, it gets worse. Very much worse. Now, they also said the document also asked transgender employees to include their preferred pronouns, which that's fine. Yes, your pronouns, whatever, there you go. But then after the transgender employee makes their preferred pronouns and name known, coworkers are instructed not to refer to them by other pronouns of their previous name. Oh, Lord Jesus. Now, this is where it gets disturbing about the pronouns thing. Because then they say any uh, colleague, customer, or patient, transgender or otherwise, may choose to use the restroom and or locker room that is appropriate to the gender they identify with. The guy read. Now that's where I got a problem with right there. And then, oh God, here we go. Oh my God. Oh, oh my God. It's not letting me. Hold on, y'all. I have to refresh this page. I don't know what it's doing. All right. Then it says the following. Hold on. That was it. It provides definition of terms like transgender. We already know what that is. Now, cisgender, that's that way of they talking, they call us cisgender. I've never heard of this term in my life. I think that's the stupidest phrase. I'm not a cisgender. I am a male. Okay. I was born biological male. Call me a male. I hate that cisgender shit. It really stupid. It really is. It really, really, really is. It's dumb. It really dumb. And then they got gender dysphoria. What's that mean? Hold on. I want to make sure I know that definition because they got so many definitions out here now. I want to get this right. All right. And if you don't know what that means, is it basically said that it is someone who feel like that they are in the wrong body and they need to and they hate their being in the wrong body and they want to be the body of the opposite sex. That's what that is. That's all it is. They hate the fact that they're a man or a woman biologically. All right. Then you got non-binary. You already know what that is. That means they fluent. One day they're a man, the next day they're a woman. Then you got the gender non-conforming. That's the people that uh example given on that mess. And I've just learned that recently. Let's say me being a man, I should be wearing male clothing, but I like to wear dresses and women clothing. It's basically being a cross dresser back in the day, but they just made a little name to it. And I don't like all the manly things I need to like. I also like all the girly things that girls like. And I may put on my makeup and stuff with my mustache on. Yeah, it is. I've been saying it's a cult, MAGA. It's been a cult. I mean, it's just a cult, and it's sad. Then they got gender identity. This is what I want to know. What is that? That's a new one. I ain't never heard of this one. Gender identity. What the hell is this? Oh my God. Okay, because a person's sex and gender identity are separate. Okay. It's not telling me nothing. Sound like the same thing I just talked about. Okay. So basically, gender identity is basically a watered down version of gender dysphoria, except for without the aggression. Okay. So basically, this person says, hey, I'm really a woman on the inside, but I'm cool with looking like a man on the outside because I know I'm a woman on the inside. So I'm not upset about it. That's basically what you're saying. It's about the it's oh my god, this is crazy, dog. Oh my god. All right. The next one, which is nuts, is ally. Oh my god. So I guess ally is that you understand what they're going through, and I guess you're gonna play with the word salad. Play along with the word salad. Okay. This is my thing. I feel like to be an ally in this situation is by saying the following. You're not coming in my bathroom. There you go. That's how you be an ally. You do whatever you want to do. Now, this is what's stupid. You can say transgender people, it's acceptable. But if you say transgenders and transgendered, it's considered derogatory. What transgender people's about the same? What? Because it's got an ED at the end, it's derogatory? Or it's got an S? You already say them, they, and they. Well, this is why I still say and agree with everybody. There's some mental illness in the middle of this shit. It's got to be. It don't make sense to me because you're repeating the same shit, but you're doing it in a word salad. So you're trying to tell me I call you transgendered or transgenders, I am offending you. But if I say transgender people, it's cool. Just like that bullshit about people of color is not derogatory versus what they call that joint? Um oh my god. Don't call me black. Fucking stupid. Call me black. I don't like to be called people color. I'm gonna give y'all my cash out right now, my new one anyway, that I've been using. 1 second. Yeah, you're right. It's all an agenda. And it's a bullshit agenda at that. And it's sad. It's sad that we came to this. We got all of these words. I mean, I never heard of this stuff before. And you know what's sad? There is somebody right here, right now, that is really, they really got people involved in this. And it's sad, bro. It really is. It really is sad. We think about trying. That's why a lot of people do not want to have no kids now. I hear a lot of heterosexual men and heterosexual women saying they don't want kids now that has been raised in conservative backgrounds because this is what's upon us. I mean, you're forcing people to accept something that they're not comfortable with. See, and what makes it bad is people confuse not accepting something that you're not comfortable with being a bigot. See, Being a bigot is you're actually going around trashing someone and you don't understand any of the lifestyle or whatever they're putting down. That's being a bigot. Now, being distant slash being uncomfortable with what this thing right here that I've just exposed to y'all that CVS is doing, that is standing on principle of what you have been accustomed to. Oh yeah, there is a war on God. And yeah, shout out to my brother on check out Mana Jamal. Yeah, I always love Mana Jamal. There is a war going on. We listen. This has been leading up to this for years. And you know what's crazy? It done got to the part that it's got worse. You remember in the Bible it's talking about Christianity. Whoever thought that we get to the point now that nobody don't even want to support the teaching of the Church of Satan? Think about that now. People are canceling beliefs, religious beliefs, whether it's good or bad, all the way out. Because people want to come with their own mind control system. Think about that. Whoever thought that the Church of Satan, you would think because all this going on, the Church of Satan would be the place that everybody be going to and trying to get involved with. They don't even want that. Think about that. A school that don't believe in Christianity even told a club that wanted to open up the Church of Satan to recruit people that you can't do that at on our place either. So what that tells you. Thank you very much, CeeLo. I appreciate you, brother. They're trying to, it's mind control, bro. It's mind control. And it's going to continue to be that way. It's going to continue to be that way. And people do not know this. People running around here talking about, oh yeah, man, ain't nothing but this and that and the third. You don't understand what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this. I really am. I'm seeing this, bro. Y'all better get it together. I'm telling you that now. Because thank you, Carlos. It done got real. AKA CeeLo. Appreciate you, brother. You're right. Comedy. We used to read the Bible in school. But then we got religion out of the school because we said that a lot of people have different religions. Now we done got to the point now we don't want no religion in school. Nothing. No belief system. The only belief system that we're promoting right now is this shit right here. We're promoting this more than the school of Satan. Think about this. More than the Church of Satan. You'd never thought that you'll see today, would you? The Church of Satan got on the back burner because this is what people want to see. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I know I would have never thought of this shit. Never in a million years. Y'all hit the like button on Rumble, man. Never thought in a million years this is what we'll be talking about. So let that sink in. Let that sink in. Yep. The world is going to shit. When Satan ain't even considered, you know the world is going to shit. It's crazy, bro. Straight crazy. All right, guys, we about to wrap it up. I'm about to go ahead on and do a recap. Shout out to CeeLo with the cash with the cash app. Appreciate you. Shout out to my boy Noel for the 10 spot tonight. Shout out to my other homie that donated tonight. She always donating. Um, God, I gotta go all the way up. I knew her name good. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Let's see. Just talked about it. I had to go 007 girl. Thank you very much because she donated tonight. Also, shout out to the new followers, man. The new people that came in tonight. Bina, thank you for coming out. I also want to give a shout out to Comedy Crazy. I'm glad that you came through. Also, anybody, the new subscriber tonight, thank you for subscribing tonight. And let's go over here on Rumble and let's talk about the new subscriber, Conspiracy Queen, which is my girl, Carolyn. Thank you for also subscribing tonight. If you did, anybody else subscribe, I hope a lot more people did subscribe. Please fill up my comment section. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me out here because we're trying to get this channel to grow. We're trying to be on both platforms and we're trying to get things together. All right. I got you, Magda. I promise you. So, I may be going back to school. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about going head on and get my culinary stuff out the way. So I may be doing this kind of scheduling 3 times out the week. I will keep y'all. Thank you, Anthony. I will keep y'all in the loop if I do decide to go back and do that. I know if I do, I'm going to have to change my schedule around just a little bit, but I'll still be putting out streams. I will start putting out more shorts, okay? For real, more shorts. I'm going to start doing that on this channel. A lot of people like, Joel, you need to put out more shorts, bro. So I'm going to start working on my shorts, starting to really put more of those out there. And, man, I just thankful for the love I've gotten with this channel. You know, the anniversary of this channel was this year. It's been 2 years since I've been on the conservative movement. And I'm glad I crossed over. I've met some kick-ass people here. I've made a lot of friends here. I've learned that having integrity and having morals is not a bad thing. You know, I talked about my struggles with my own stuff, with my depression. Because y'all know I don't hide shit. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? I also talked about my marriage a little bit, how I have struggled online with a wandering eye, but finally got my shit together because I'm the type of man that I'm trying to better myself daily, especially now since I've turned 40, because I know I got to improve myself. And I've also learned how to control my emotions with not getting as angry like I used to. Because, you know, guys, when you get older, you start getting these gray hairs coming in. You start to really think about things a little different. You start thinking about how precious life is. You know, and you also start to understand that life is a blessing. Life is a blessing. Every time I see you, CeeLo, you get any bumps in the road in life, anytime you get any kind of victories in life, it's a blessing because all it's doing is giving you the roadmap actually the blueprint of how your life story went. So, Patriots, if I don't tell you nothing else, and I try to give everybody good advice on these streets at the end, make sure that you write your life story to a point that when you have it read out or when someone else read it out, they can actually say you lived your best life. Because if you don't think like that, especially in today's climate, then what the hell are you living for? Just saying. I always think about that. Make sure that you living your best life. That means whatever you go through, make the best of it. And that's what I'm starting to learn with the situation I'm going through right now. Right now, I got a lot of stuff going on. I took a major hit. You know, I have currently no transportation currently right now, and I'm still in the process of trying to move. But you know what? I'm not worried about it. You know why? Because I know that God's got me. As long as you got that mindset, as long as you know that you're doing God's work, everything will be all right. Sooner or later. All right, guys, that's what I got for y'all on this late night, early morning stream. Again, shout out to everybody that came here tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? And you right, CeeLo, we all in it together. We all. And let me tell you something. I want to appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking with me because you ain't had to. And shout out to all of my big homies that especially Anthony, thank you very much. My big homie, one of my biggest homies is the same age you are. That also been one of my homeboys throughout the years. So shout out to all my big homies that made it to the 60s and made it to the 50s as well. All right. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Share the broadcast. Continue to support. Continue to understand what I'm telling you guys. Whatever you do, live your best life, man. Do not let these fools shake you because people will do it, man. Don't let life shake you. You shake it. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm finna take my black ass to bed because I got to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and do God's work. I will see y'all sometime early part of the week. I don't know when, probably be Tuesday. We'll do a stream. Until then, I'm out.